Hey guys, it's me, Daniel Finch. Today I'm going to be doing an informative speech about why bike riding is good for your health and how communities around you are making that possible so that everyone can ride a bike and to ride a bike. So, and please excuse my voice. I've had a cold this week, so I'm a little rough on the voice. So, what I like to start the speech off with is a quote from Albert Einstein. Life is like riding a bike. You must keep going to go forward. I chose this speech because not only is it a good way to look at life, because if you don't keep going, you're just going to fall back behind the crowd, and whatever made you fall back is going to hold you there. And then, and outside of that, it's a great way to look at riding a bike. How many of you can ride a bike pedal the bike backwards? You got to just keep going forward, so you're going to fall on your butt. All right? So what this is going to do is I'm going to tell you what it's going to do for you to benefit your health and how the long-term effects are, and just some ways around maybe your community. If you live around Duluth, I'm going to try and explain a few things around here that to maybe give you a point out. So during the summertime, if you can't afford to buy a bike, you go rent a bike. So let's jump into what it will do for your health. Biking is just a great source of your main for your heart. Cardio workout is very important in the life cycle. The stronger your heart is, the stronger you'll be able to live. Strong heart, happy person. It's how I like to look at it. You got a strong heart, good pump, beats per minute is in the green, so you got less chances for things like heart attacks, blood clots, other failures that can happen because if your heart's not strong. What are you? Because outside of the brain, the heart's number one. And without your heart, there's so much you can't do. There's so many things with a strong heart that can be avoided. Your heart pumps the blood, which brings you the proteins and the energy and all the other things that your body needs, such as oxygen and water and food. Or as an energy, because obviously I eat a hamburger, my blood isn't going to grab the hamburger. It's going to grab what's good from the hamburger and throw it through my body. And then it's a great workout. It's a great stress reliever, at least for me. I'm not the best on saying I like to bike everywhere, and that I bike through the winter and the spring and 24/7 I'm always biking. That's not true. But in the summer, if I've had a stressful day, I like to jump on my bike. You want to know, it's good. It feels good for me. It feels good to go out and get that fresh breath and, to see the fresh faces and just, to go out and enjoy the sunshine and at a fast pace, which is really nice because some people don't like walking because it's slow. And so, like me, I would just rather bike. And that feels good. And it's good for your thighs and so many other things. If you have a good cardio system, you probably have a good lung storage capacity, which means you got good breathing, which helps with endurance, and there's so many other perks, such as if you work out, it's scientifically proven that you'll become happier because working out can release so many chemicals, and one of these chemicals is what makes you happy in your brain. So work out some more, gotta burn those carbs, gotta keep the cholesterol down, have a good cardio system and great endurance, and you're gonna be happy. You're gonna be happy, especially if you're looking for maybe just something to relieve the stress. And because trust me, I know what stress does to people. I can't say that I live a perfectly stress-free life, but hey, that's why you got biking. Now let's jump down to what I live in Duluth, Minnesota. And if any of you have been to Canal, if you live in Duluth, then you know of the places that you can rent a bike, or you can even rent those 4-seater carriages where you all pedal, which is 2 bikes in one. And there's so many programs like this, places like Minneapolis and just all across Duluth and Minnesota in general that allows you to do that, which is really good. Because I understand a lot. If you want a nice bike, I just bought a bike about a year ago, which is $500, and that's a lot of money. And I was very lucky and grateful that I was able to save the money to buy something like that. But I understand that coming up with $500 is really hard for some people. Sorry about that. But I mean, and I've seen around a lot of Duluth, there's bike trails, and then there's bike lanes on the street for people to be more courteous about bicyclists, and that there's rules coming out so that bicyclists can bike on the road with cars. That way, that they're becoming a big motivation, and sorry, not motivation, but a way of travel. I see more and more bicyclists. I just started working a new job, and I see people who even bike through the winter. They got these nice big old thick snow tires so they can bike through the winter. Because, I don't know why they do it, but if it was me, it's probably because, you're looking at what it's doing to the environment, which is, it's a positive because you're not burning those emissions and you're not hurting the ozone layer with the greenhouse gases, which, that's a really good thing. And, if I had that kind of money to make my bike a snow bike, then I would. But I don't. So I'm just going to stick with riding it in the spring. But I mean, like, you got places where you can rent bikes, or like, I'm pretty sure at your local, Stewart's or any other place you could buy a bike shop, you could probably get a lease on a bike, or, and there's just, there's so many ways out there that you can rent a bike or, own a bike and be on a bike, and there's so many perks to being able to ride the bike. And I'm sorry that I'm going on about this. It just makes me so excited because I love biking. I do. But sorry, let's get back on the subject. But you're seeing more and more of these bike lanes and bike trails. When I was a senior in high school, I did a class before I graduated. And no, sorry, it was in my junior year that we went out to the Piedmont bike trail and we carved new trails for bikers, and it's just they keep expanding from because so many people like the bike, so they volunteer their time to go and make these trails that I just think biking is a great another alternative to get around and to have some fun with some friends, or just even to go and see the sights, because I don't know how many of you guys who are watching this have biked through a trail, but to me, it's a lot of, it's very stress relieving. You're out in the nature, it's nice out, you got your cold water, you're biking up a hill, you feel good about yourself. It's a lot of fun, and I get it, it's not for everyone, but hey, it's for me. But, I would really recommend that people just look into ways to be able to go out for a bike ride, or, just even just go outside in general, because there's so many good things that could happen. But really, if you like to ride a bike, look into these opportunities. There's being able to rent a bike or to be able to buy a bike so you just ride a bike, because it's a lot of fun. And there's so many perks that for your health and for the environment, and so many long-term effects. So I really hope that this has persuaded you to be able to to get on a bike, and maybe to try and save up to buy a bike, and to to keep at it, and to do it when you're stressed, or just to go out and have some fun. So thank you. Have a good night and take care. See ya.